What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. Today we've got usually toasted, but they're also called $6 million Echo Slams, representing Echo Global Logistics. And then we've got Emmy's Ponies, I believe is the Discord team. So their team is officially listed as Visita Hari Discord, which is a throwback to that Base Hunter song from the early 2000s. So well memed over there by both teams. $6 million Echo Slam, referencing the 5-man Echo Slam that Universe got at TI 5 to win the TI for them. So we'll hop into the draft. We got this Bounty Hunter, Jug, and Pudge ban from $6 million Echo Slam. So the Bounty Hunter and the Jug are pretty reasonable, but the Pudge ban is a bit of a question mark. So maybe doing their research on the Discord team and noticing that they have a pretty good Pudge player, I suppose. And from the side of not having the team names is super hard. On the side of Discord, they ban the Lifestealer, the PA, and the Ricky. So similar to the Pudge, the Ricky ban is a bit of a question mark. But I guess just don't want to deal with it, especially if they pick Crystal Maiden. It's absolutely miserable to go up against Ricky. So it makes sense. These two annoying invis heroes, the Bounty Hunter and the Ricky, both banned. They don't have to feel as bad about picking the Crystal Maiden. The Lion coming out from $6 million Echo Slam. Lion also not a very good laner, so kind of weak lane so far coming out from the sides, from both sides. We'll see if Discord want to pick a stronger core in lane. So the Ursa, this is a pretty good pairing. Ursa tends to run out of mana eventually in lane, especially if he goes for that Earthshock first build, which we haven't been seeing too much recently, but with Crystal Maiden can spam out those Earthshocks, so it could be quite nice. Also does really well against the Underlord, surprising. So I'm surprised they picked Underlord into the Ursa. Early on, the Ursa has a pretty big advantage. Later on with the Crimson Guard from the Underlord, not as one-sided, but the Ursa still doesn't care as much. Like the Atrophy Aura from the Underlord doesn't affect the Ursa that much, because all of his damage comes from abilities and not base damage. I'm not too convinced by this Underlord pick. But at the very least, this Crystal Maiden is not going to have too much to fear in lane. Underlord doesn't really do much to her. Kunkka ban coming out of $6 million Echo Slam. Yeah, I guess it's okay. We don't see Kunkka that much anymore since they changed Tidebringer to not be able to deny anymore. It was actually a little bit busted, so I'm really glad they banned it. They fixed that. TA ban coming out of Discord, quite an interesting ban because you don't normally see TA until like much later in the draft, or at least until the enemy mid is revealed. So maybe gonna pick their mid next on the side of Discord, or thinking about picking their mid in the next phase. They do have the final pick, so they should probably save the mid for last. Maybe banning out the heroes ahead of time to make sure their mid can get a good matchup. A Bane ban coming out from Discord kind of makes sense if they're convinced this Lion's going to be a 4 position. I feel like in this tournament we've been seeing Lion as a 5 position more often than not, which I don't really like that much. There was one game we saw where Lion was a mid and that was absolutely sick. Luna coming out of Discord, I don't like this at all. Luna gets completely shat on by the Underlord. The Atrophy Aura, if he buys a Crimson Guard, this Luna's going to do no damage at all. So this is, I don't think this is the pick at all. Faceless Void coming out for $6 million Echo Slam. Wants to get that team fight. It looks like it's going to be Luna in the safe lane, Ursa in the off lane. Ursa won't be the carry. And so it'll be this Ursa up against this Faceless Void, and Faceless Void doesn't actually do that well against Ursa. You can't dispel the Fury swipes with Time Walk. So even though he heals up all his HP, the next time he comes in, he's gonna take another big fat hit. So not that strong a lane counter against the Ursa. Yeah, this Luna, I just don't think it's. I don't like this at all. Yikes. He could go for like a magic build with the Ags, Fresher, maybe. Try and burst down this Faceless Void. Underlord can still buy a pipe and counter most of it. This Luna is just gonna do no damage all game. I'm not really seeing how she's gonna be relevant. The Venge will help a little bit, so maybe we'll even see this Crystal Maiden Ursa lane in the off lane and Venge helping out the Luna, trying to give her a little bit more damage in lane with the Wave of Terror and the Vengeance Aura. Invoker coming out for $6 million Echo Slam. Luckily, Discord already banned the TA, so one of the biggest counters to Invoker already banned out by the enemy team, so gonna be thanking Discord for that one. And as the first pick, they can use this next ban to protect the Invoker. They end up banning the Spectre, so feeling confident in Invoker's lane already. No TA, so kind of hard to counter. And a Sniper comes out for Usually Toasted. This is a pretty wonky lineup. Gotta say, who's the position for the side of $6 million Echo Slam? And where is the Sniper gonna go? Wow. I have so many questions about this draft, but I'm not really sure how to answer them. We have seen Jerax play Invoker as support once, but that was because Invoker had a really terrible lane in mid, and they're like, we'd rather have a support Invoker that can do okay instead of a mid Invoker who we hedge our bets on and gets crushed. So I guess it's okay. But the Tornado, the Cold Snap would be pretty nice with the Underlord. I don't know. I'm not digging this, but I'm also not digging the Luna pick. So the Luna pick is like probably still worse than like all of these combined. The Ursa can just run at the Sniper, so the Sniper is going to have pretty good positioning to stay alive in these fights. He can also just get swapped. So gonna have a lot of pressure on the Sniper early on. And so this next bid, they have to be able to deal with Sniper and Invoker. Not that many heroes do well against Sniper in the lane. He's pretty obnoxious, that really long range. So we're going to look for a hero who can hit level 6 and just deal, like, maybe like a Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit's still in the pool, so you can really punish this Sniper pretty hard. But obviously up against the Lion with the instant Hex, up against the Faceless Void who can just Chronosphere him if he gets too trigger happy, but could still buy the Orchid. I think Storm would be okay here. Another hero who can make space for the Luna. Skywrath Mage comes out. Okay, looking at the spam, but he does okay against the Sniper and the Invoker. Skywrath does have very low armor, so needs to be careful in lane to make sure he doesn't take too much damage against the Sniper. But this Arcane Bolt spam should hurt the Sniper significantly. Still a few question marks on the side of $6 million Echo Slam as to who's gonna be the other support here. But I think I'm liking their lineup a little bit easier. It's just a little bit easier to execute. The Faceless Void is just this big team fight that Discord just doesn't have. They have the Sniper to wail into the Chronosphere. There's the Firestorm, Finger of Death as well to finish off the kills. Also, an Invoker EMP would be pretty big.
Hurry!
And like, I just don't think this Luna is gonna do anything this game against the Underlord. So a lot of pressure on this Ursa and Skywrath to make things happen. If we see Luna go for the magic build with the Ags, Underlord can just double down and buy a pipe. So it's going to be pretty rough. He's already going to buy a pipe for this Skywrath Mage. So if Luna goes for the spellcaster build, then it's going to feel pretty terrible already. And let's hop into the game. We've got Invoker, who's a hero spammer, so probably going to see him mid because he's the only one with any big levels on the Dota Plus. Level 12 actually, so a pretty dedicated Invoker spammer. So let's get into the teams. Let's introduce the teams. We've got on the side of $6 million Echo Slam, Pressing Pony on the Sniper, Brixton on the Invoker, who's going mid, so Sniper will be the safe laner. Aura Baratica on the position 5 Lion. Underlord, Fluffy Bunny on the Underlord, and 4-3, the Ninja. We call him the Ninja on the Faceless Void. So I think it's going to be this position for Underlord, I guess. It's still a little bit confusing. On the side of Discord, we've got Dizzy Bug on the Ursa, Dugo on the Luna, Ramsey on the Crystal Maiden, not the same Ramsey who's a god tier carry. Emmy Dies Alone on the Skywrath Mage, and Unsatisfied Punk 3154 on the Vengeful Spirit.
30 seconds.
Clearly a Sumail fanboy. So in the lanes, we've got the Earth Spike against Magic Missile. So maybe both teams just going to be a bit timid, not go for each other. No one's going for the bot rune at all on the side of Discord. So not really sure what the plan is. The Luna's going to go bot. So maybe just realizing this Luna is not that great a pick. Puts a point in Luna Blessing earlier. It's going to be 3 bounty runes going the way of $6 million Echo Slam already. So already a good start. This Sniper is just going to own the Luna and the Crystal Maiden. They're both very low range heroes. Or Crystal Maiden's pretty decent range, 600, but she's very slow. Luna only 330 attack range, so can get outranged by the Sniper, just poked away. The level 1 headshot is pretty cool. Probably doesn't need to take aim at level 1 because not feeling too much pressure. Actually probably thought it was going to be the Ursa in lane. They did scout out the lanes, but they still put the skill point in anyway. And I think this is what they want. They want the Ursa up against the Faceless Void, because then that way Faceless Void is going to struggle a little bit against the Ursa, and maybe still not really sure what this Luna's gonna do. The Firestorm spam comes out. This is actually not really what you want to do because it pushes the wave towards the enemy tower, which opens more avenues up for ganking, but maybe also looking to just push the tower in. Alright, so we're gonna see a lane swap come out from the side of Discord. The Luna's gonna go back up top, and the Ursa is gonna come bot against the Sniper. But somehow I feel like the Sniper is going to do okay against the Ursa, so just kite him from long range, get a point to take aim at level 2, and just poke at him from really far away. And there's not much that the Ursa will be able to do unless the Crystal Maiden manages to wrap around. She did pick up Crystal Nova at level 1, so we'll be able to slow down the Sniper a little bit. Mid lane, Invoker and Skywrath. So Invoker does pretty okay against Skywrath. We're gonna see maybe another point in Quas at level 4. When he puts the second point in Quas at level 4, he should be able to out-regen anything the Skywrath does. Yeah, and the Sniper manages to get the kill on the Ursa. First blood going the way of the Sniper. So off to a great start. Shipping out 2 Wraith Bands already. Gonna go for a Treads afterwards. Probably see the Maelstrom after that for the farming speed. And yeah, the Sniper is actually going to be pretty uncontested for most of this game. I don't know how they're going to deal with him. Especially with this start that Ursa's already had. He TP'd bot earlier to do the lane swap, so now he can't TP back to lane. Has to do the walk of shame to lane. And pretty rough. Skywrath, he sees the regen rune at top, so he's going to try and dump all his mana into the Invoker. Will Invoker notice though? He should notice that Skywrath's being ultra aggressive and spending all his mana, and does see the regen rune, but the range creep, it doesn't cancel the regen rune. I thought that'd be the MVP range creep there. No! This Firestorm spam is getting really annoying for the side from the Ursa. He's not really able to deal with this percentage damage against this 740 HP. Pretty nice. Actually, no points in the take aim at all, so the Sniper's feeling quite brave. Sniper's base range is actually quite low, only 550, so already lower than the CMs. But yeah, I mean, what are they going to do against him? This Underlord is such a beefy guy, doing so much damage. They managed to get the kill onto the Lion at top, so they're probably not going to be able to kill the Faceless Void, so might as well go for the target you can actually kill, Lion. So it makes a lot of sense. Magic Missile, Lucent Beam, 2 points in the Lunar Blessing. We don't normally see this one too often. Actually, it's okay. I want to see her go for put the rest of her points into Moonclaves until she maxes it out. should help her farm a bit faster in the jungle. That level 3 to level 4 goes from 3 bounces to 6, which is absolutely massive for farming speed. Another arcane bolt. This arcane spam really, bolt spam really hurting the Invoker, but he's got 12 HP regen and raindrop now, which will be broken pretty quickly. So not really sure if the raindrop was a worthwhile investment. Does block that arcane bolt. He still takes damage. That's the it only blocked 120 damage. Invoker, top of the net worth chart. The Skywrath's not too far behind, so doesn't have to panic too much yet. This Ursa just getting chipped away by the sniper, but pretty high last hits overall, except for this Faceless Void. The Faceless Void is really struggling here. Pretty much as poor as the Venge, but also just as poor as the Ursa, so maybe doesn't need to feel too bad. As the offlaner, all he needs to do is get a decent chrono off. There's not much pressure on him to actually carry this game, so it doesn't matter too much if he's having a bad lane. The Shrapnel will manage to deter the Ursa from staying for the bounty rune. And it's going to be 3 bounties going the way of $6 million Echo Slam again. The Lion, he might go down here, but he's going to grab the bounty rune before he goes down. Another Lucid Beam will finish him off. Nice start for the Luna. Almost 1,000 gold on the Luna, so we'll see what she wants to go for. Puts a second point in Lucid Beam. I don't really agree with that. If Luna wants to become relevant this game, she needs to be like super jacked up, because this Atrophy Aura is just going to reduce 40% of Luna's damage, and then the Crimson Guard is going to reduce it even more. This Underlord is a support position though, so not going to get as much farm as you expect. Invoker pushing in the tower with the siege creep, and you should use the Forge Spirit to try and tank the tower a little bit for the catapult. The catapult still pretty far away from dying at least. Nice minus armor on the tower with the Forge Spirit as well. And Invoker, he's a full level ahead of the Skyrush. Skyrush finally hits level 6. Not putting any points into the ultimate. I like this a lot. The ultimate costs so much of his mana pool. You're better off just spamming arcane bolts. You can get so much more damage out. Obviously, the Misty Flare does big burst damage, but it's kind of hard to hit until you get the Atos anyway. So it makes a lot of sense. We saw Thompson do this a lot at TI. The 4 Null Talismans, he's going to go for maybe a Treads next. Just all this spell amp, each Null Talisman now giving 3% spell amplification. When they made that change, we saw Skywrath a lot. Ursa feeling the pressure under his tower from the sniper. Finally 1 point in the take aim. You just need that. The active on take aim is also pretty cool as well. Venge getting pretty low is time dilation. The Faceless Void getting really low. Luna's gonna die for this. The Lion, he's got a stun though, so the Luna's gonna go down. He doesn't get Sunstriked, so pretty important that Invoker missed that. Lion will get a ton of gold for that Luna kill and a pretty decent amount of experience. Already has boots, gonna finish off the Tranquil boots probably. But as Invoker, you really need to get these Sunstrike kills. Sunstrike costing 175 mana, so he can only cast it a few times. It takes up a big chunk of his mana pool. Very important that you actually get the kills. Even if you only help out, it's not really that worth it. Invoker is a very selfish hero. Let's spike onto the Vengeful Spirit. The Time Walk came out from the Faceless Void, and he's really struggling in this lane. Still only 6 last hits. We talked about this like 4 minutes ago, and he only had 5. So really, really poor right now. Ursa is doing a little bit better, but not too much more. They're gonna use the Shrine. Let's see if Skywrath Mage decides he wants the mana. But yeah, they're gonna wait for the Skywrath Mage. He also sees an Arcane Rune. Probably picks it up first, which is a little bit odd, because then he's wasted like half the time. But maybe we'll see him come bot, trying to get a kill on the sniper with the Arcane Rune. That'd be pretty dope. Luna going for a Hurricane Pike first. I don't know, this Luna build is kind of odd. She's actually off to a great start. Top of the net worth. If she went for like a Yasha and a Dragon Lance and max Moonglaze instead of Lucent Beam, she could like take over the net worth, the charts so fast. Could almost be a full item ahead of the sniper actually. Sniper also a great start. He's gonna pick up the Maelstrom to help him farm faster. I like this a lot. He could have also gone for the Hurricane Pike like the Luna's going for. The Lion will go down, so another kill on the Luna. 4 kills already. A great start for the Luna. In this support Underlord probably not going to counter this Luna as hard as I would expect.
Hands to yourself.
Another Lucid Beam coming out. It's not going to time walk that one. The Skywrath Mage getting really low. Is Invoker, he's going to go for a Sunstrike and he's going to get it. So nice solo kill from the Invoker. Magic Missile comes out but doesn't really care. Shrugs it off. He's got a Clarity lined up. Needs to not get it cancelled by the Venge. She could just use the Wave of Terror to cancel it. So pretty obnoxious there. He hasn't popped it yet. So good stuff. Good heads up from the awareness from the Invoker. We'll probably see the Javelin come out first from the Sniper. Alright, 10-minute bounty runes are up. Looks like it's going to be 2 for 2. Lion going to grab the top 2. And
this'll come in handy.
A joint effort by the Ursa and CM. I haven't really felt the CM's present. 2 points in the aura, so just trying to give this Luna a bit more spam potential. That's probably why she went for the Lucent Beam instead of the Moonglaze. Just wants to be able to spam out a bit more with that CM aura, so it's okay, but I feel like she just needs to farm. And Lucent Beam doesn't really help you farm. The Lion will get crushed by this Skywrath Mage rotation. Doesn't have any points in the science yet, so won't be able to kill the stop the Faceless Blade from time walking out. Yeah, I thought I missed a kill for some reason, but that wasn't it.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Well, okay, the Faceless Blade just goes down. Looks like he just got instantly blown up. 2 Arcane Bolts and a concussive shot was more than enough to take him out.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Probably felt like he didn't need to time walk after 1 Arcane Bolt, but ended up dying. So, just overestimating his survivability. The CM will go down to the Sniper. Not much that the CM can do against Sniper.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Pretty miserable to play CM against Sniper. You're already so slow, the Shrapnel, so obnoxious, 30% slow maxed out.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Already a T1 going down for $6 million Echo Slam. This Luna, she should just be farming right now. I'm not really sure what she's doing. She's looking for an Eclipse. The swap play onto the high ground would be pretty cool. But Invoker scuffs him out, gets the 2-man Tornado. The Eclipse comes out, but it hits no one.
Radiant's top tower is
completely wasted Eclipse. The Hex onto the Skywrath Mage. Cold Snap on him as well. The Sniper's here, but he's all alone. He gets swapped in, gets swapped again. So a bit of a misplay, but the Sniper will go down instantly. He just TPs in and feeds. That was actually really bad for the slide of $6 million Echo Slam. But, you know, when you're playing this Luna, you don't want to fight until you get, like, Meta-style BKB. Maybe even the Dragonlance. I don't really agree that she's going. She shouldn't be looking for ganks right now. But doing surprisingly well actually. The Skywrath Mage just goes down to the Invoker. A Sunstrike gets the kill.
Regeneration. Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
And Alacrity Cold Snap. So good stuff from the Invoker. He's going to be the one to make space for his team. Just over halfway to his Ags. Gonna have to really take over this game because Sniper, he's doing okay, but he wants to farm a little bit more. There's gonna be a Dark Rift home for the Underlord, which is a little bit odd. Normally, if you were gonna do something like that, you should TP home and then Dark Rift out because you can be a bit more versatile with the Dark Rift. Yeah, Sniper probably wants another item before he wants to really join the fights. The Maelstrom will help him do decent damage, but probably wants a defensive item as well. We're going to see the Magic Missile come out onto the creep, which is a little bit odd. The concussive shot does hit the Sniper. He gets swapped in, but there's no follow-up damage. The Sniper getting really low, gets killed by the Crystal Nova. The Underlord in a bit of trouble. He's dodges the Chaos Meteor and manages to get the kill on the Underlord. Meanwhile, the CEA will die to the Chaos Meteor, misses the Sunstrike, and Invoker, he might go down. They don't have any detection though. Concussive shot hits the creeps, unfortunately, and Invoker will just barely make it out, getting that point in Wex. Well, he's got max exalt already, so at this point he's just going to dump the rest of his points in Wex. He's pretty high leveled actually. If we look at the hero levels,
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Dude, he's so far ahead. Everyone else level 8, level 7, and Invoker's level 13. He doesn't even have a Midas. So Invoker, he's in a lot of trouble though. Gets Frostbite, Crystal Nova for his troubles, 681 gold going the way of CM, so pretty nice for her. We'll see what she wants to go for. She's the position for this game, so might look to go for a fast blink and try and get those good ultis off. Yeah, so the position for CM definitely just been relegated to a freezing field machine. The plus 20 armor makes her pretty difficult to take down. If she can get a little bit of spell immunity through a BKB, will be pretty much unstoppable. Has to commit a Chronosphere to dodge it, to stop it. Nothing else can stop it, unfortunately. DM walks past the Bounty Rune, doesn't end up taking it. It'll be 2 top, but the Faceless Void doesn't want to go for the other one. Going back to farming. A little bit more efficient for him, but not for his team. Being a bit selfish, he's very far behind though, so really needs some time to just hit creeps and get money. Sniper still doesn't have his Maelstrom. I feel like he should have had this one a while ago. His last hit's probably not looking too hot. Only 51. 15 minutes into the game.
And sweet.
And Ursa takes the Bounty Rune at top, so there's going to be 3 Bounty Runes going the way of Discord. Ursa TPing bot now. There's 4 bot. Let's see if they want to make anything happen. Vengeful Spirit, he can initiate with a swap. He wants to. And they're going to wrap around onto the Sniper, so this should be a pretty easy kill onto the Sniper. The concussive shot ends up hitting the Underlord, but the Sniper, he's just going to go down. There's still a Magic Missile, and Arcane Bolt really hurts. A Crystal Maiden will kill the Sniper again.
Ice is not always nice.
Only 246 gold this time though, so Sniper, I guess, falling pretty far behind.
Illusion!
And Crystal Maiden, she's got 1600 gold, so looking to probably save up for the blink. Get that extra layer of initiation that they so desperately need. They've just been using the swap right now. Silence onto the Invoker. He gets Frostbite outside of the Mystic Flare, but he's gonna go down.
Walls of Dota, ownage has been initiated.
And Discord, they're owning pretty hard. Only 2k gold ahead, so it's still a pretty close match, but the last few minutes have been win after win for the side of Discord. This Luna gonna go for this mid tower. There's no one to stop her. They don't have much vision though, so she should be feeling a little bit scared here. Obviously Invoker's down, but this Faceless Void, there's nothing to stop him from like the Sniper TPing in and then the Chronosphere to kill the Luna. But Luna gonna be uncontested here. Goes for a Yasha. Finally 2 points in the Moonclaves. I do like this bit a lot, but you should only ever put 2 points in the Luna Blessing. You don't need any more than that. At least early on. Unless you're tri-laning. But even then, it's probably just better to max the other 2 skills. Yeah, she's got a Yasha finished already, so maybe see if she is just gonna go hit creeps for a little bit longer. She probably does want a BKB before she enters any big team fights. In mid, the Mystic Flare will kill the Underlord with the Arcane Bolt. Atos almost done on the Skywrath, couple hundred gold away. Ursa is gonna take Roche now with the Vlads. This is also a great use of their lineup. Unfortunately, Ursa's getting a bit low. The Midas Armor will come in from the Venge now. They're going to help out the Ursa a little bit. He's just not quite strong enough to take on this Roche by himself. Another slam comes down. The Ursa gets bashed! He's going to get killed by the Roshan! Unbelievable. And the Luna will go down, going in pretty deep. Doesn't even need the Chronosphere, so they do have the Chronosphere for the Faceless Void. If they continue pursuing the Roshan, oh man, you never want to see that happen. He did bring a sap with him, so couldn't heal up, unfortunately. It's kind of important to do that. You can't really lifesteal that much from the Roshan until he gets a lot of stacks of the Fury Swipes. So you gotta... Faceless Void. Is he gonna go for the Chronosphere? He doesn't go for it, and now he's just gonna get silenced and die. He should have just gone for it and hoped that his team could follow up. The worst case scenario is he gets the Chronosphere, there's no follow-up damage, and a Tornado can come out from the Invoker and just buy a little bit more time for the rest of his team to arrive. So a big misplay coming out of the Faceless Void. He's still pretty poor. I don't know what he's gonna go for. He's got a lot of money banked up. A little bit odd. You could look to go for a blink if he wants like better initiation, but I mean the time walk is fine. You only need the blink. There's not too many items he can go for that are that effective, I suppose. Maybe this Faceless Void, he should just relegate himself to being the position 4 now. This is fallen pretty far behind, so he's never going to be a big threat when it comes to like damage output. The Chronosphere is nice, but doesn't need any items to get it off well. Just needs to position a bit better with a time walk. So I think $6 million Echo Slam, they should probably give more farm to this Underlord. This Underlord will end up hard countering this Luna really hard. So he's going to go for the Greaves first. I'm not too sure about this one. He'd probably go for a Pipe first. I feel like the Greaves would be better last. At top lane, the Invoker, he's gonna go down, get silenced, Frostbite, Magic Missile. The Sniper just hitting the Ursa, the Finger of Death on the Ursa, but he's in Enrage, so taking 80% less damage, and a complete disaster for the side of $6 million Echo Slam. Luna coming in with an Invis Haste Rune, but I don't think he'll be able to kill this Faceless Void unless the Faceless Void uses his Time Walk to farm, I guess. Would be the only way I can see it. But even then, if he does that, he'll just there'll be creeps nearby. He'll just break the invis, force the time walk, and Luna, can he chase him? Sees the Faceless Void. There's only a 1 point in the time walk. We almost never see this. You want to max the time walk first for that 6-second cooldown. Ursa getting bashed by the Roche again. He's also really low. Has the Enrage now, so we'll be able to start healing back up. Gets bashed one more time. There's a Medallion on the Venge. Should make this a bit faster. She's going for a solo crest. Looking to buff up her carries. Pretty much what Venge is these days. She's just a buff bot. Underlord sees the Skywrath Mage coming, just backs out in time. Invoker has his Ags now, but the last few fights he's just been getting silenced and killed off, so maybe we should want to see a BKB from him before he is ready to fight again. But he's going for a blink, so maybe thinking that positioning is more important than just being able to straight up face tank the Skywrath Mage.
Dire's top tower is destroyed.
Get the top tower on the side of $6 million Echo Slam with the catapult wave, so pretty good. Lion, he's going for a Kaya, I guess. This going for the Magi is not a little bit odd. Manta style done on the Luna. She's so far ahead, but I reckon if she maxed out Moonglaves and went for the Manta style like earlier, or just the Yasha earlier, she could be like another 2,000 gold ahead right now. But her team is doing really well, so I mean, pretty much at this point she could do anything and still contribute. She takes out the bot T1, T2 tower by herself. Gonna rotate mid. Well, actually, going back to defend. Doesn't TP to the tower, so the tower will end up going down. Invoker takes that tower out by himself with the Alacrity Siege Creep. Basher almost done on the Ursa, only 130 gold away, and should help them a lot with their catch problem. A Chronosphere comes out onto 2 heroes, but the Frostbolt, the Sunstrike, or Sunstrike from the Invoker, but the Faceless Void will end up going down to the Skywrath Mage. The Tornado blocks the Assassinate damage, unfortunately, so Ursa will take a few more hits to go down than you would expect. Still no blink on the Ursa, so this CM gonna have to put in some work. She has money for a blink now if she wants to go for it. But I mean, they've just been... The side of $6 million Echo Slam, they've been running into Discord, and Discord is like, well, we're stronger than you, so we'll just kill you. And don't need us initiate if they run into you.
Radiant's middle tower.
Like, surprisingly enough, I don't even know how they're winning these fights. They don't have anything defensive other than the swap
No
as
more
well.
middle tower for Radiant.
And Luna, she's pretty jacked up now. Only 3 points in the atrophy aura. So still 29% damage reduction. It doesn't have a Crimson Guard anywhere close by. The Crimson Guard and Atrophy Aura are like the pair that make this Luna not very useful. But it's gonna be some time before we get the Crimson Guard. Maybe Luna can pick up a Butterfly before then and just wreck face. She does hit pretty hard, 175 damage.
A dominant performance.
Faceless Boy just goes down, gets bashed by the Ursa, and then instantly dies. So gonna go for a Blink Dagger now, so nice way to help them initiate the fights. And a Hurricane Pike done on the Luna, so gonna be a lot harder to catch this Luna now. Sniper also going for a Hurricane Pike, just has the Dragon Lance finished up now, so still pretty far behind the Luna. I felt like he hasn't had much impact since the early game. And same with the Invoker, forced to go for a pipe because no one else on his team is anywhere close to getting it. Underlord, he's so far away from being able to get a pipe of his own. Also probably wants to go for the Crimson Guard, so the pipe on the Invoker, a little bit unfortunate that they need to go for it, but he's almost got it, just maybe 1,000 gold away.
Of night and a gift from the goddess.
Nice. Invis will snatch the bounty runes at bot, and it's all 4 bounty runes going the way of Discord. Luna just gonna chip at this tower with the Moonglaves. There is a Chronos Spear, but gets bashed by the Ursa straight away, and the Faceless Boy dies before being able to do anything. That first hit bash, huge on the Ursa. And the Skywrath Mage gets a solo kill on the Sniper. Nothing that the Sniper can do. He doesn't have his Hurricane Pike yet, so won't be able to force stuff his way out of an Atos. Gets instantly killed by a Mystic Flare. And the Discord, they're owning. We'll see how they want to approach this high ground. Luna still doesn't have BKB, so not feeling too hot yet. We'll see. She's going. Yeah, she's got the Hurricane Pike out now. Only 2 points in the Firestorm, so the wave clear is going to be pretty slow on the side of $6 million Echo Slam. They do have the Invoker. He can drop Chaos Meteor or Tornado to kind of slow down the push a little bit. But it looks like they're just going to wait for the Roche, the next Roche, and then try and go high ground after that. So we're going to go back to a bit of farming now. Nice boost of travel on the Skywrath Mage. I like this a lot. Just helps him show up to the team fights on time. 4 dust in his inventory because he's sick of someone, Invoker I guess, getting away. Atos does reveal invisible units, so you can still drop the Mystic Flare and deal all that damage. Hopefully just burst him down. And there isn't anyone on the side of $6 million Echo Slam that could actually survive a Skywrath combo right now. I can't really see, so 1.9 times his int is a lot. Double this, 220 damage plus 139. His Arcane Bolts hurt pretty hard. He's gonna go for an Axe now, so we're gonna see his double damage output just skyrocket. But pretty far away from it. We probably won't see it for a long time. Luna almost done with a BKB. She's so far ahead of the enemy team. Solar Crest of the Vengeful Spirit should help whoever's gonna frontline and take the racks. It looks like it's gonna be this Luna. She's just gonna be that annoying hero and throw glaives at the racks. Once they take out the tier 3 tower, it just becomes so difficult. These like glaives, they bounce between the racks, they bounce onto this building here, and then onto this thing, and then they just bounce back and forth, and it's pretty nuts. Yeah, Lion, he's going for a Kaya, but don't know what it's gonna do. Also, this Max Hex build is just very odd. Just don't really see it. Hex is normally the one you want to max last. It doesn't scale that well. The cooldown is nice, but usually like 1 Hex per fight is pretty good. it's good enough for the most part. Very rarely you'll get the second hex off. You'll either die or they will die, so don't really need that second point in hex. You want the earth spike for the extra damage and then the mana drain, because it goes up so much that from level 3 to level 4, 60 mana per second to 120 is huge. What's the plan from Discord? How are they going to break this high ground? Probably looking to wait until $6 million Echo Slam leave their base. They have a sniper though, so defending is going to be obnoxious. Change the concussive shot to now hit creeps. Also does splash damage now, so just generally a lot more of a better spell. Roche not quite up yet. I can't see the Roche timer. Oh, 1 minute and 55 seconds. Just using the Wave of Terror to scout. I like this a lot. They can also just leave the courier in the Roche pit. But obviously, people have got to get their items. Blink Dagger on the Faceless Void, so trying to go all in on the Chronosphere, just trying to line up the perfect Chronosphere. He's gonna go deep into the other side. This Observer Ward just barely doesn't, the Sentry just barely doesn't spot this Observer Ward. So nice placement actually. Burning Runes will come up. It's going to be all 4 going the way of Discord again. Not much map control inside of $6 million Echo Slam, so they're kind of just going to wait in their base until Discord runs at them and hopefully feed their lives away. But they're 19k gold ahead, so if $6 million Echo Slam want to come back into this, they need to win at least 3 back-to-back team fights, and pretty convincingly too. I'm just not seeing how that's going to happen. The best counter to Chronosphere is the buyback. So if they like use the Chronosphere and trade, they can all just buy back and then take the go again. Nice blink from the Ursa. Doesn't get the first hit bash unlike the previous 2 times. I bet Faceless Void is pretty happy about that one. Just the gold, it's just been a steady decline. They're stuck in their base, so they can't really go out onto the map and farm in the jungle. They're just stuck with what they have, these creep waves coming in. Boker will take the full wave. Still doesn't have a blink yet. He went for the pipe instead, and hasn't really paid off because they haven't really fought yet with it. So not getting any value out of the pipe. And the Roche is up, the Luna sees it, and they're gonna go with the Ursa. He's got the Vlad, so should make this really fast for the Solar Crest and the Wave of Terror. And this Roche is going down really fast. There's nothing that $6 million Echo Slam can do to contest this, so we're just gonna see a slow game. Sunstrike does scout it out, but Caesar's already on like 2/3 HP. No, 1/3 of health. Faceless Void just goes down, he gets solo killed by the Skywrath Mage, Atos, Concussive Shot, Mystic Flare, Arcane Bolt, just the whole shebang, and just goes down. But here's the problem with Skywrath Mage, right? This Mystic Flare costs 800 mana. He's pretty low right now. Almost got the Ags. We'll see if he decides to go home and heal before they go for a push. Maybe they should give the cheese to the Skywrath Mage, give him that little bit of extra mana, but they also want the Ursa to be able to run in pretty fearlessly. He can always use the Enrage and cheese if he's close to dying. Doesn't have the Ags, but almost got a BKB. Luna already got a BKB and an Eagle Song. The Butterfly only like 1.3k gold away, so... yeah, so that sounds about right. They've got plenty of time on this Aegis. They can wait for the Butterfly if they want, but not really much point. The double Mystic Flare comes out, almost gets the kill onto the Faceless Void instantly. He will instantly die to the Arcane Ball afterwards. There is buyback on the Invoker and the Faceless Void, so we'll see if the Faceless Void wants to buy back. The Invoker trying to buy time. Eclipse kills the Underlord. Underlord doesn't have any magic resistance yet. And the bash onto the Sniper Invoker will get away, so it won't die back. The Faceless Void hasn't bought back yet, and it's
Radiant's middle barracks
2v5 now. This game is looking pretty rough. You can concussive shot, silence onto the Underlord. The Underlord dies back. Swap from the Invoker. They don't have any detection. The dust misses the Invoker, and he's still pretty fast anyway. Blink forward by the Faceless Void, but there's no damage to follow. Sniper's dead. The Chaos Meteor comes down. They might get the Skywrath Mage, but they aren't able to get him. Ursa uses the cheese. There's still the Aegis on the Luna, and GG is called. So, yeah, a pretty good game coming out of Team Discord. I was bashing the Luna pick earlier, but then the Underlord didn't end up being the position 3 and getting enough farm, so some questionable laning and drafting coming out of the side of $6 million Echo Slam. It's just kind of rough when you don't have second support. Underlord is just not really a support. He needs a lot of farm. He needs those items, those aura items, to help his team, keep his team alive. He needs a lot of levels. He only ended up reaching level 10. Guess a bit of a misdraft coming out of $6 million Echo Slam. This Luna should not have been as farmed as she was. She should have been pressured a lot harder early on, but ends up doing actually not that much damage. The Skywrath did so much damage to the Invoker. After Skywrath reached level 5, the Invoker wasn't really able to stay in the lane anymore, but he still got a pretty good start. Had a pretty early Ags Scepter. The Treads is a little bit odd. We don't normally see anything on the Invoker. Normally you see brown boost into Bits of Travel after the Ags, but it was also forced to go for the pipe because the Underlord couldn't go for it. Yeah, just draft not too great from the side of $6 million Echo Slam.